WTIM.
Good morning. You're listening to WTIM, your information station, and our morning show brought to you by People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first and Landmark of Taylorville. I'm your host, Grayson Bauman, and joining us in this segment, I've got Gabby Morales and Hope Kitzman, Taylorville High School Student Council President, and Gabby, Vice President in Hope. And they are joining us here for our Taylorville School District Good News segment, the first Thursday of every single month. A long-winded intro to say good morning to the two of you. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. I am doing well, and thank you for joining us here today. We're talking homecoming today, as it is already here, as far as I understand it, or is that next week?
It kind of starts next week, but I mean, planning goes into it kind of every week beforehand, too.
Yes. So we officially start Sunday with float building.
Officially starts Sunday with float building. You mentioned the planning there, Gabby. Tell me a little bit about what it took to plan homecoming this year.
There's a lot of different things that go into it. I would definitely say the theme is one of them. We kind of decide that almost like the whole year beforehand. So the May ahead of time, we kind of think about that, and then we go into dress-up days. Hope you want to talk about that?
Yes. So our theme this year is Lights, Camera, Action, Homecoming. So it's Hollywood theme. And then based off that, we kind of break into our committees to do all of the different activities we do. And then we go into our dress-up days, which this year we are doing them based off movies. So Monday, we're doing Minions versus Gru for Despicable Me. Tuesday, we're doing Hollywood Dynamic Duo Day. And then Wednesday, class movie genre. So each class is a different movie genre. And then you dress up as your favorite character. Thursday, Hollywood Icon. And Friday is Purple and Gold Spirit Day.
Okay. So the 5 days already planned, the overall theme being Lights, Camera, Action, Homecoming.
Yes.
Now, is this something that you're kind of already thinking over the summer, or is this all kind of coming together just with the beginning weeks of school?
It's we figured it out the year beforehand, and then more of the planning kind of goes into it over the summer. So we tell our board to kind of think of what ideas they have for the theme the next year.
Okay. Now, is anybody in particular credited with the theme this year?
I think we might have to give it to our advisor. Unfortunately, we go to a big convention with a lot of student councils, so we get to see a lot of different themes and a lot of different ways schools do homecoming, and he saw this one, and we had not done this before, and so we took it and ran with it. So.
Okay. Now, you mentioned those days and what we're expecting, obviously those activities, but what was Monday again?
Minions versus Gru.
Ooh, that one is going to be an interesting
Yeah,
day
it will.
at the school. Now, you mentioned Tuesday. What was that again?
That is Hollywood Dynamic Duo Day. So there's whatever duo you want to do. We have examples would be like Buddy. Oh my gosh.
Maybe
Buzz
like-
Lightyear and Woody and
Okay.
any different duos that
Some
you
people
want.
are doing like Gossip Girls, like
Yes.
Blair and Serena, and there's people even doing group ones too.
Yeah,
They
so
can do
just
all.
anything to get like you and your friends together to dress up.
Okay, so a dynamic duo, and it's preferred that it's kind of movie related, or could it just be Hollywood too? Although Thursday is kind of more your Hollywood dress up like the icon day.
Yeah, I think it's more movie related, but if you do any Hollywood dynamic duo, I think it'd be perfect.
Absolutely, yeah.
Not going to be too mad about.
No.
No,
As long as you're dressed up, that's the main goal.
Okay, and then on Wednesday, what was that?
Class movie genre. So the seniors are Western, the
Mhm.
juniors are action, our sophomores are rom-coms, staff is comedy, and then freshmen are horror. So any movie character from that, your genre, you can dress up as.
Wow, so Western for the seniors.
Yeah.
I like to hear that. Horror for the freshmen, though. It feels like that was kind of.
Yeah, freshmen.
It kind of goes in order of picking. So we
Yes.
start with seniors, and it kind of just goes down the line with whatever they're left with. There.
I
Yes.
was going to say, it feels like they got left with something there.
Yeah, maybe
Um,
just a little bit.
Just a little.
That's what it felt like, a touch there. Action for juniors,
Yes.
sophomores, and you mentioned staff is going to be dressing up too as comedy.
Yes. So staff is involved because we do what we call battle of the classes throughout the whole week. So everything we do gets points, and then whichever class, staff through freshmen, has the most points, they win the battle of the classes trophy, which is about 4.5 feet tall.
Yeah.
4.5 feet
And you
tall.
get bragging rights too. That's
Yes,
a big
that's
part of
the
it.
main
yeah.
thing.
Okay, so now when it comes to the trophy, I would assume we're giving away that at like halftime of homecoming week's football game.
So we do
No.
it at the end of the pep rally on Friday. So
Gotcha.
because the whole entire week we up to the pep rally is when you can earn the most points. So after the pep rally games, we calculate all the points, and then with all students and staff present, we announce the winner.
Okay, now we're hoping it's seniors
Hopefully,
for you,
hoping.
but now we're hoping juniors
Yeah,
for you.
juniors did win last year, so we're hoping for a back-to-back victory. But we'll
we need a
see.
little change. We need a little change. A comeback is what we need to
Come back for the seniors.
Well, it might not be a bad deal. And if you're dressed up as John Wayne or whoever
yeah,
else,
yeah, right.
it might help a little bit there. So let's talk some of those other activities though that you have going on, because it sounds like if we're going to be earning points, we're going to have some other activities throughout the week to engage in. What are some of those?
So the parade is a big one that we do. So that's in the middle of the week on Wednesday, and we'll kind of talk about the time in a little bit too. But everybody gets to decorate their float based on their genre. So like ours is Western, and obviously we said seniors is or freshmen is horror. So they kind of dress up and decorate on that. And Powder Puff, you can also win points from that. Dressing up every day. We do something called Penny Wars too. Hope you want to talk about that.
Yeah. So Penny Wars is when you can bring in any amount of change or money, and then like pennies is the only thing that gets you positive points. So if you bring in a quarter, then it's 25 points minus the class that you put it in. So you want to have positive points, but normally each class ends up with negative points.
Yeah.
And then all the money that we collect from that goes to our Tornadoes for Hope, which is we donate it to someone who's battling cancer or an illness in our community.
Okay. Great cause
Yes.
to round it out. But we don't love some of the other loose change that's not pennies, though.
Right.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
anybody cheating with that? Going and just getting rolls of pennies?
I think
we count it every day. So
Yes,
there's a system that kind of goes behind it,
Oh.
and someone watching to make sure that you're not like stealing from other ones and putting it in the other
Yes.
ones, because that's kind of happened before too.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I mean, this is all things that you got to be prepared for.
Yeah.
on
Oh,
the
yeah,
homecoming
absolutely.
committee. We're just making sure. What about for you guys though? Like, what's your favorite part of the planning process? Maybe what's your favorite part of the homecoming week? Tell me a little bit.
Okay, for me and Hope, kind of personally, so like I said, it's split into committees. So we're chair and co-chair of the parade committee. So that kind of takes a lot of planning too, going into telling people where to go and getting the float set up and all that kind of thing. But it is fun. It really is fun at the end of the day.
I think my favorite would definitely be our Mission Impossible. So each morning there is on our Instagram story, there's a mission that you have to complete, whether that be take the largest class photo, find the hidden movie or action figure in the school, and then you post it on your social media and you get points for it. So it is a big battle, and it's posted at 8:10, and so everybody's running throughout the school trying to find whatever the Mission Impossible is for the morning. So that is my favorite, because last year it got very intense between the staff
Absolutely.
and some students.
Well, I mean, if we're gonna have a competition,
Yeah.
it's got to
Yeah.
be fearsome.
Yes.
I'll give it to the staff. They do get very involved in that
staff
too.
gets involved.
So Mission Impossible. Now you mentioned there it's like a post that you're making. Is that on Instagram?
Yes, it is on our Instagram story. It'll be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday of homecoming week.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Now, is that THS Homecoming Instagram page? Is
Just-
it THS Student Council?
Just THS Student Council.
Just THS Student Council. So that's where we can keep up with you a little bit as well. But
Yeah.
we're not going to be earning any points on this end. So just keep up with it. Okay. Anything else you guys can tell me about activities coming up as of next week?
We also have our pet royalty, which is on our student council Instagram. We found this idea at our big convention this year. So each students were allowed to submit in their pet, and it's a voting process, which the community is open to vote to crown the king or queen pet. So any pets are welcome. I think we have a donkey, we have dogs, I think we have a
Bunnies,
bunny, we
all
have
kinds of things,
all
yeah.
kinds of pets. So, and then whichever pet wins, that student, whichever grade they're in, gets points for Battle of the Classes.
Okay. Might I just say I would like to see the donkey be the king. That would be pretty impressive stuff.
Oh yeah.
So pet royalty, Mission Impossible, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, sprinkled in all types of class pictures and all
Oh, yeah.
types of things that we're going to have going on. And, this next question kind of feels like an answer will be pretty easy, but how do we get the kids involved? I mean, this is some of the ways, but how do we make sure that they're doing what maybe we'd like them to do?
I think the competition and winning a trophy and bragging rights is a big thing for everybody getting involved too. Because even on Friday that we haven't really talked about Friday, but Friday is pep rally games, so that's when they do get the trophy and you play games. And I mean, it's all about who has the most attendance and who wants to get the most involved too. So getting involved really just is showing up to things and having your whole class want to be involved too.
So the 4.5-foot trophy probably doesn't hurt.
Yeah.
And where does it go? What do we do with it?
So the class gets it, and then they can display it on their floor for the week after homecoming. And then unfortunately we don't have a trophy case big enough to fit it since it is so tall. So it comes back to the student council back room headquarters. So we are still looking to display it once we get a big enough trophy case.
I mean, it's the size of some middle
Yes.
schooler.
Yes.
I mean,
Yeah.
literally, yeah.
I mean, that's a big trophy case.
Yeah.
You're going to find it. So we don't think we're going to have any problems getting students involved.
No,
I don't
think so either. I think like the Mission Impossible, like she said, is a big one. Powder Puff, Pepper, like pretty much everything. A lot of classes. This is what people look forward to during the first week of school. For real.
And with homecoming being so much later this year, normally we have it in September. I feel like there's been a lot of anticipation building up.
Yeah.
And we also greet students every morning. So this year we're doing kind of like a paparazzi theme. You walk in on the red carpet or hype you up. So I think when students see that and they see people dressed up, it really encourages them to dress up as well.
So we're rolling out the red carpet for just about everybody.
Oh,
and
yeah.
that's very fitting of your theme, Lights, Camera, Action, Homecoming, of course. And let's talk a little bit more about it when we come back. Joining us right now, I've got Hope Kitzman in the corner there, Vice President of Student Council at THS, and Gabby Morales, President of the Taylorville High School Student Council, joining us for our Good News segment, the first Thursday of every month. You're listening to WTIM, your information station. We'll be right back with these two in just one moment.
WTIM. Cousin Bill with Illinois Paving. Are you tired of spraying weeds in your driveway every month? Are you sick of patching cracks every year? Tired of hauling in another load of rock? If we keep doing the same thing, expecting different results, you know what that's called, don't you? So do the same thing and call your cousin Bill at Illinois Paving today. Me or little Bill will come out and give you a free estimate on your paving project. ilpaving.com.
Life moves fast and your banking should keep up. This is Will Perkins. At Taylorville Community Credit Union, managing your money is easier than ever. With our 24/7 online banking and mobile app, you can check your balance, transfer funds, and pay your bills. Anytime, anywhere, safe, secure, and just a tap away. For more information, call or stop by one of our local branches. TCCU, local banking that goes wherever you do. Member NCUA.
Brian Barnhart here, the voice of the Fighting Illini, inviting Illini Nation to listen for Fighting Illini sports this season on New Country 104.1. From every kickoff during football season to the closing horn of every basketball game, you'll hear them in Christian County and surrounding area on your home for Fighting Illini sports, New Country 104.1. Follow the orange and blue and go Illini.
Brought to you by Bob Ridings and Secret Lee's Insurance Services, both in Pana, and Adam Jeffrey with Craig's Realtors in Taylorville.
If you're 40 and over, you'll recognize these artists by their first names. Frank, Dean, Sammy, Andy, Nat, Diana, Michael. Well, here's the big news. You can now hear Central Illinois' largest music library with over 3,500 songs on air and online at 965thechill.com. Tune in on the FM dial in Christian County and on your computer or smartphone. Hear these great artists and many more 24 hours a day, 7 days a week on 965thechill.com.
Your nonprofit can reach our listeners, readers, and drivers passing by our Park Street Taylorville studios. Hi, Teresa Nelson here, our nonprofit advertising director. Let me show you how you can deliver your nonprofit organization's message at discounted rates on our 6 radio stations, TaylorvilleDailyNews.com, and our electronic digital sign reaching thousands of drivers a day. It just takes one phone call to me at 824-3395. That's 824-3395.
Pana schools provide excellence in education and are rooted in the Pana community. Become a part of Panther Pride and find out the great things happening in Pana schools by clicking their icon at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com.
Jansen's Heating and Air is the home of Dr. Comfort, focusing on customer care for heating and air conditioning across Central Illinois for some 35 years. Find out their services, specials, and coupons by clicking their icon on TaylorvilleDailyNews.com.
Your information station, WTIM.
You're listening to WTIM, your information station, and our morning show brought to you by People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first and landmark of Taylorville. I'm your host, Grayson Bauman. Joining us in this segment, got Gabby Morales and Hope Kitzman, Vice President and President of the Taylorville High School Student Council, joining us here for our Good News segment. We were just talking about how students are going to get involved, and we don't think there's going to be any issues there. I don't think you'll have too many troubles here either, but how do we plan to get the community involved?
The number one thing, I know we kind of mentioned it, was our social media. So on Facebook and Instagram, especially Instagram, because that's where the Mission Impossible goes for our students, but that's where we also post about the pet voting too. And then the parade, which is on Wednesday, October 8th at 5:30. Do you want to talk about the route on that a little bit?
Yeah, so the parade route is the normal parade route that every parade in town does, and it is a very big parade. So lineup starts at 4:45 to 5, and when you come, if you have a large group of people, we would greatly appreciate it if you met outside the fairgrounds and then walked in, because it is kind of chaotic, but in the best way possible. So, and also if you can listen to the students we have directing traffic, that will make it a much smoother process.
Absolutely.
And if you are royalty surrounding the Taylorville area, you are welcome to be in the parade. Just show up at 5 or 4:30 for lineup.
Okay, so if you're former royalty, we want to acknowledge you. We want to show you a little bit of love if we can, but we also would ask that you make sure you're on time.
Yes, yeah, make our life a little easier.
Okay. Obviously, the community can get involved by going to the football game and showing as much love and support there. Powder Puff, though, let's talk it, because that sounds like a lot of fun for you guys as well. Now, the community's able to go to this too.
Yes.
Tell me about Powder Puff, would you?
So it follows the parade. It's usually around 7, depending on what time the parade gets done, but usually around 7. And anybody's welcome to come and watch that. And we are taking $1 donations to enter, which will go to Tornadoes for Hope. And it's really fun, and it is a lot of friendly competition, especially between our juniors and seniors too.
Well, in the break, before we got started, I didn't hear the word friendly thrown out.
A little more feisty than friendly competition, I guess.
Okay, I like that. I will agree with you based on what we were told. Feisty competition. And that's more enjoyable for the viewer, too.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Anything else? So what time does that begin? And any predictions you might have on who's going to win?
I think we have different predictions.
I think we do too, but that's okay. It starts around 7, so the parade normally goes from like 5:30 to 6:30, and then warm-ups or guests technically start at 6:30, and then we get rolling around 7.
Okay, get rolling around 7. And how's that structured, kind of? Are we taking freshmen versus sophomore, juniors versus seniors to start things off?
So it is just juniors versus seniors for Powder Puff. And then at halftime, we have our tug of war, which is for between all the classes. So
we kind of switch that up. So juniors versus seniors, freshmen versus sophomores, and then switch to the 2 who won in that group as well.
Gotcha. For the tug of war.
Yes.
Okay. That'll be at halftime Wednesday at 7 p.m. Give us a little while to play the first half, something like 7:45. Okay. So that is a look at Powder Puff. That's just one small piece of the many pieces going on and into this. What about the dance, the coronation, everything that kind of brings it to its final point?
So the coronation is open as well to anybody who wants to come see. It's going to be at 8:30 in the THS West Gym, and to see the king and queen crowned as well.
So yeah, our dance is from 7 to 10 on Saturday. So that's kind of our like last hurrah for homecoming week. So everyone enjoys it. It's a lot of fun. We decorate the gym, so it really does feel like Hollywood.
Okay, so the plan, probably that red carpet that we've already rolled out at the front of the building, it's going to make its appearance probably too. And lights, camera, action, homecoming. That should be pretty easy to decorate.
Yeah. We've got some spotlights ready for core and coronation and dancing too, so it'll be super fun.
We got some Oscar trophies.
Oh yeah, Oscar trophies,
some
you name
popcorn,
it. Sashes, crowns.
We got it all. We're ready for Hollywood.
My goodness. Wow. Okay. So the dance being then Saturday from 7 to 10, coronation at 8:30ish, you said?
Yeah, and the doors open to the public at 8:15 too in the West Gym.
Okay. Now we will know who our homecoming king and queen is prior to that, or is that going to be the announcement?
That is the announcement. So the court is posted, so we know all the candidates are for king and queen, but we will not figure out king and queen until Saturday night.
Okay. So we'll have the king and queen's crowns
Mm-hmm.
ready.
Yes.
But we won't know who that might be. Okay. Yes. Well, you folks will know who that will be, and then you'll be holding on to that until about 8:30. Okay. So what else do you guys have planned for the year? Obviously, this takes a whole lot of it, but with about 15, 20 seconds, what can you tell me about the rest of the year?
Blood drive is a big thing that we do. We do that a few times out throughout the year. Our trick-or-treat food drive for the food pantry. And we're also hosting our Illinois Association of Student Council State Convention in March this year as well.
Really? Okay. Well, that sounds great to me. Well, to the both of you, thank you for joining me, and I hope next week for homecoming is fantastic for you.
Thank you.
You got it. THS President and Vice President of Student Council, Gabby Morales and Hope Kitzman here on WTIM, your information station, our morning show, and our good news segment with the Taylorville School District the first Thursday of every month.
The Big 870 WTIM Assumption Taylorville. 96.1 FM Taylorville. 107.5 FM.